Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football prediction on Betkraft. Okay, today is another beautiful Tuesday morning, and we've come once again with our predictions for you today. And we know that a lot of games going on across the globe, but among these many games, we have few of them. And today we have, La Liga match. We'll have FC Barcelona who will be, lining up against Rayo Vallecano, and we also have a few matches from the Russian league, as well as the Champions League match and other games that we had to make up our ticket for you today. And in a short while, we'll be looking at these matches one after the other. Taking a look at their performances in the recent games and also how they played from home and away perspective before coming up with our verdict on this each of those matches. Okay, but I want to ask those of us who are coming across our videos for the first time and yet to subscribe to take our time to hit the subscribe button right now so that you do not miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this channel on a daily basis. Okay, all right, that being said, without further ado, let's head to today's predictions, and we are starting with the very first match in La Liga. We will have Rayo Vallecano coming up against FC Barcelona. Okay, as usual, looking at the home side recent games, we could see that Rayo Vallecano have been able to achieve 2 wins in the past 6 recent encounters, but they've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses. But Barcelona, on the other hand, their away side, FC Barcelona, have achieved 4 victories in the past 6 games, and they've also had 2 draws in the process. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that Rayo Vallecano have managed to achieve 2 victories in the past 10 home games. They've also had 3 draws, but they've lost 5 games in the process. And that's to say that it's only, they've lost 50% of the home games that they've played out so far. That's not a very good record. Okay, rather, it's actually away games. Okay, but in play from home, they've been able to achieve 3 wins, and they've had 3 draws as well as 4 losses in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. Okay, still not a very good one. But when you look at FC Barcelona playing from away, they've had 7 victories from away, but they've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 away games that they had so far. And we know that in the last games for Barcelona, we saw them achieving a result against Atletico Bilbao and also able to defeat Valencia in the season's opener. And we saw Rayo Vallecano achieving a win against Sociedad and also playing out a draw, a 0-0 draw against Getafe in the last, away game that they played. But in this very encounter, we'll take a look at recent games for both sides, how they fared. We'll see that the last time both teams met was in May this year, which saw FC Barcelona defeating Rayo Vallecano on that occasion by 3-0. And we'll expect to see, Barcelona achieving a result in this very one. It is their way side to win out shortly. That's what we expect. Okay, and that takes us to the next. It is in Russia Cup where we have Spartak Moscow who will be up against Makhachkala. Okay, when you look at Spartak Moscow, they've been able to achieve 4 victories in the past recent 6 games. They've also had 2 draws as well. And we side, on the other hand, in the past 6 recent games, they've had just 2 wins, but they've lost out on 4 games out of those 6 recent matches that they played. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see clearly that Spartak Moscow, has been, the far more better side, seeing that they've won 8 games in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. They've won 8 out of those 10. That is 80% of victory in the past 10 home games, telling you that they're, a team that is in fine form at the moment. And, the last 9 games that they played out so far saw them winning 8 out of those 9 and drawing 1 actually. So it's a very good team, and they're doing very well at the moment. And Makhachkala, on the other hand, their away side have been able to achieve only 3 draws in the past 10 away games, but they've lost they've lost 7 out of those past 10 away games that they played out so far. When you put all this together, we know that the home side, Spartak Moscow is expected to achieve a result and rise to the occasion in this very one. It is home win shortly. That's what we expect in this very game. Okay, that takes us to the next. Also in Russia, but Russia Premier League, where we have Akron, who will be at home against Zenit St. Petersburg. And Akron, in the past 6 recent games, they've been able to achieve just 1 victory, but they've had 1 draw, and they've lost 4 times out of those 6 games that they played out so far. But their away side, Zenit St. Petersburg, has been in a better form, seeing that they've been able to achieve 4 4 victories out of the past 6 recent games, but they've also had 2 draws in the process. And when you take a look at how these two teams have fared from the home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Akron have actually been decent. They've actually won 6 games in the past 10 home games that they played out so far, but have lost 6 out of those. They've lost 4 out of those 10% home games that they had. And the away side, on the other hand, Zenit St. Petersburg as well have been able to achieve 6 victories from away. Achieving 1 draw, 2 draws, as well as actually achieving 3 draws, as well as just 1 loss in the past 10 away games that they had so far. And as a matter of fact, the last 6 away games that they played out so far have seen them achieving victory on 5 occasions out of 6, drawing 1, against Kimki, which was their last away game that they played out. And when you put all this together, we know that Zenit St. Petersburg is the biggest club in Russia, and we still do expect Zenit rising to the occasion and achieving a result in this very encounter. It is their way side to win outrightly. That's all for that very game. Okay, and that takes us to the next game for today. It is in Egyptian Premier League. We'll have not really Premier League, Egyptian Cup. This cup and the Premier League is actually over, and we're talking about the cup games this time around. It is Masry who will be up against Pyramid in the Egyptian Cup. And when we look at Masry, how they trade, we see that Masry have been able to achieve 3 victories in the last recent 6 games. They've also had 3 losses as well. But looking at Pyramid FC, who came second in the league, they have won the entire 6 games that they played in recent times. They have not drawn any, they have not lost any. That tells you that this is a team on fire. Pyramid FC is a very strong team in Europe and in Egypt. Okay, when you look at the performances from home and away perspective, you can see that Masry have been able to achieve 3 victories in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw, but they've lost 6 games in the past 10 home games that they had so far. But looking at the other away side, the Pyramid FC have been able to achieve 7 victories in the past 10 away games. They've had 2 draws as well as 1 loss, and that loss came in the match against the almighty Al Ahly. They can only lose to Al Ahly. Every other team, they always achieve a result against any other team. And it tells you that Pyramid FC is actually a very strong side. And the last time they met saw Pyramid FC defeating this side from away by 1-0 in Premier League. So we still do expect Pyramid FC to rise to the occasion one more time and defeat Al Masry from away. It is a away win. That's all for that very encounter. Okay, that takes us to the next for today, and it's actually UEFA Champions League qualifying match. We'll have a Sparta Prague who will be up against Malmo FF of Sweden. When we look at Sparta Prague have been able to achieve 4 victories in the past 6 recent encounters, drawing 2 games in the process. On our side, Malmo FC have managed to achieve 4 wins, 2 draws, as well as 1 loss in the past recent 6 games that they had. And when you look at performances from home and away perspective, you can see that Sparta Prague playing from home is a team that have been able to achieve 6 victories. They've also had 4 draws. They've not lost a single match in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. That tells you, playing from home, this team is a very good side. And when you look at the away side, Malmo have been able to achieve been able to do 5 victories from away. They've also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 away games that they have so far. And in my opinion, Malmo FC have not been such a wonderful side. Seeing that the last time those both teams met, also Sparta Prague defeating this side from away by 2-0. And prior to that, also Sparta Prague during club friendly also defeated Malmo by 2-1. So we'll put all that together. We know that Sparta Prague is a very strong side. It's a team that refuses to lose from home. So in this very encounter, we still do expect to see a result, favoring Sparta Prague home side. So we do expect to see home win or draw and under 4.5. That's all for that very encounter. Home win or draw and under 4.5. Okay, and that will take us to the next tab for today. It is an in Austria Cup where we have Lafnitz coming up against Hartberg. It is actually the last game for today, and when you look at how these two teams have fared in the recent games, you could see that Lafnitz, the home side, have been able to achieve 3 draws, but have also had 3 losses in the past recent 6 games. And away side, Hartberg have won 2 games, 1 draw, as well as 3 losses in the past 3 in the past 6 games. And when you take a look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you could see that home side have won 2 games and they've also had 3 draws, but have lost 5 games in the past 10 home encounters. And also what you have mentioned is the fact that all the home games that the home side have played out so far have seen a lot of goals. Some of them seen over 4.5, over 5.5 goals. A lot of them have seen a lot of over 3.5 goals, and all of these 10 games have produced over 2.5 in total. So it is a team that is scoring and as well as conceding goals. And when you look at the away side, on the other hand, the away side have been able to achieve 4 wins. They've also had 4 losses as well as 2 draws, but also have seen a high influx of goals in all their away encounters. About 8 games out of the past 10 away games that they played out so far have seen a high number of goals, over 2.5 in each occasion. So we do expect to see a lot of goals in this one. And also considering the fact that the last 2 times both teams met, we saw a lot of goals in the club friendly. They played a match this year. We saw Hartberg defeating inside by 4-0. But coming back to July, Lafnitz was able to defeat Hartberg from away by 3-2. So that's a lot of goals appearing in these encounters, and we do expect to see a minimum of over 2.5 in this very encounter. It is a minimum of 3 goals appearing. That's our value for that very game. And that brings our predictions for you today on Betkraft to a close. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember to also play responsibly. It's only a football game, anything can happen. And as I always advise, remember you can also split the ticket, and in that way you are actually ensuring that you always win. Alright, that being said, tomorrow is another day and we'll be coming up with our predictions on this very channel. You never disappoint, definitely. But until then, keep winning.